We want Barabbas. Most people view these words as just part of the Easter story and maybe a plot by the Pharisees and Sadducees to get Jesus. But it's not. It's a commentary on the church in America today. Hey, I'm a pastor in South Florida, and I'm just talking about how politics and racism has somehow converged in certain parts of the evangelical white church. And I'm just giving a little bit of an understanding of what we call public theology. That's using our theology and applying it to the public space. Now, of course, when Jesus was on trial and he was found guilty and he could be sentenced to death, they went out and they said, hey, one person gets released on the Passover, and do you want Jesus, your king, or do you want Barabbas? And the people said, we want Barabbas. And let me tell you why they chose Barabbas over Jesus. It wasn't just because they were influenced by the leaders of the day who had false prophecies, who had false discernment, who lacked an understanding of what God really cared about or what God was trying to accomplish in their day and age. Sound familiar? No, when Jesus showed up and said, we are going to trust the Father. We're going to treat people better than they deserve to be treated. We're going to drop all this exclusive prejudices. We are going to love people really well, even the foreigner. They said, no, that's not what we want. What we want is the rebellious one. We want the guy who's going to be violent. We want the rabble rouser who stirs up the crowd and gets everybody mad and angry and picks up stones to kill people and picks up pitchforks and tells us that we're better than them. We don't want Jesus. We want Barabbas. And today, when you hear Christians who think that Jesus somehow is going to rescue our country with the way of Barabbas, you know the church has lost the plot. For some of you who I have been off TikTok for a pretty long time because just a little frustrated, going to be completely honest with you. But for those of you who are somewhat deconstructing your faith right now, good, that's healthy. There's nothing wrong with understanding what you believe and why you believe it. But don't throw Jesus out because some people didn't want to follow him. Jesus said that there would be false shepherds, wolves in sheep's clothing. Paul said that there would be false apostles. All throughout the Bible, it says that there are false prophets. And guess what? You found one. Don't leave the church. Leave your church. Find a church that actually cares about people. Find a church that isn't racist. Find a church that doesn't want Barabbas in the pulpit every Sunday and doesn't worship America. Follow the way of Jesus. You're going to make it. This is a cleansing for people. Jesus, after he was betrayed and they chose Barabbas, he rose to the right hand of the Father. He's as much in control today as he was then. Things are going to get rough for some people who are in the margins in the next season. But our God is still on the throne.